Hey everybody, welcome to the Dragon Cast. I'm your host Malachi, and today I'm joined by
Uh,
uh,
it's me, Toshiro.
and our new staff member Kaio.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
He
Yep.
couldn't stay away. We brought him back against his will.
I'm just a masochist, I guess.
Yep. You came back. For those who don't know, Kaio was also a staff member in the previous era of the league, and he has kindly rejoined us to help pushing DBZ League forward in this brave new era. Um, but yeah, um, let's go ahead and get into it. Kaio, why don't you tell us about the shiny new thing that's been going on starting this past week?
Yes, the Tournament of Power has officially started last week with it'll be already up by the time this episode's out. The second week is starting up today as of this recording. It is 16 teams manned by 1 to 2 person partnerships with 3 character teams that they selected in a snake draft. There are slight build differences compared to the majors or the main Dragon Ball Z League, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
It is. Definitely hope everyone here checks that out. It's been fun to watch, especially as it has definitely matured this year compared to last year. Last year there were some things that were rough around the edges, and I know you and Dorgard as the new TOP staff members have brought some new perspectives and definitely brought some polish to it. But yeah, after TOP, we do have the main league coming up in just a couple of months. And if you go to our website, we do have the schedule posted to the website for all the teams. We don't have the nice graphic of everything in one place, but we do have our schedule of, everything going on in there. Yeah. And then Tosh, why don't you talk about some of the other... Oh, yeah, we can mention that. Our tentative start date right now is May 14th, and we'll be going from there. That'll be about a month after the Tournament of Power ends, and we may have another special stream or two, and kind of like we did at the beginning of the year, we may have another special stream, like a modding stream or something, during that month. But Tosh, why don't you talk about the social media stuff we've been trying on?
So, as many people probably have noticed, they were mainly on the Discord, and then some people on the on YouTube through our community post. We have been trying to get a little bit better in terms of social media outreach. Um, One of our actual members, he's a supporter on Royals. He has Buzz, who has been helping us out with trying to do this. So recently, you may have noticed that on our YouTube channel, we've been doing a lot of shorts. We've actually opened up a TikTok account as well, uh, and posting a little bit more frequently on Twitter, um, mainly when shorts are announced, or if we have announcements regarding actual streaming and such. Um, so what we're trying to do right now is that if you guys have any ideas, or if you guys seen any what is it, any like favorite of your favorite moments and all, you probably heard this in the last TOP stream, but like we're reading the comments and everything, so make sure you put that down. We're really trying to grow this channel as much as we can, and shorts in a way has been very successful in terms of the algorithm on YouTube, and on TikTok, people have grown a lot just through that. So we will appreciate your support on that, and just let us know your ideas. You may see them. Most likely, you'll see them up on the channel soon. So
Yeah. But yeah, and other than that, we're just kind of plugging along, getting ready for the the 2022 season in a couple months. You know, we're busy at work trying to continue polishing things up, and we'll be talking about those as they come along over the next few months. Probably the next time that we come back for this, it'll be the start of ad drop, which is
But it's not that
weird.
far away now.
Yeah, not that far away.
Get those tests in if there's anyone you want to think about picking up.
Yeah, for our non-active supporters, like just the YouTube viewers, ad drop is just pretty much exactly what it sounds like. That's where teams have the ability to change who is on their base roster. So like like if androids wanted to drop Super 17 or Android 19 for Dr. Giro, that's the time when they do that. That's also the time when we finalize any loans or trades that go on, so that we kind of know how teams look for the 2022 season. That's when we'll update the website, start working on all the new banners. So, but yeah, like that'll be going on probably around the time we do the next one of these. But yeah.
Speaking of tests, I would like to actually throw out a round of applause to our testers because I just checked and we're at 1,142 tests, and we're just within what, the second month, or well, kind of the third month right now of off season, and we still have basically 3 months or like 2 more months, something like that.
That's amazing.
So
Grief.
by this point, we may actually end up surpassing what we did previous season too.
Yeah.
Huge thank you to all of our testers.
Indeed, like that, like you, for you know, we do not have, we have it linked to on the main channel, but if I believe if you go into the channels that we're associated with, like you not only have Smash League, you also have the test channel. And if you guys just want to watch some fights, you know, you just need that extra DBZ League fix, go check out that channel. There's no commentary, it's just in-game music, but you can kind of see what the teams are looking at and playing around with. You know, for those who haven't seen, you know, for those who are itching to see Jiren in action, that's a good place to go ahead and start. He's had some good performances, some bad performances, and I mean, he's already fitting in with the rest of the league. You know, but yeah, like our testers are amazing. That this league could not function as well as it does without them.
And you may also see some characters that may be on other teams.
Yeah.
Like I've been, my team, funny enough, has been testing Pan and Chi. Hurts my soul to say that, but yeah, we've been testing them.
I heard Rugrats were gonna drop Kid Trunks for Chi. That's what I heard.
Banned. You're out already. I'm out. Done.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spill the secrets from your private team chat, but. You know.
Nah, I heard the rumor was it was actually Goten for Chi. You know.
I mean, she did train him, so it does make sense. She would be better.
Indeed.
I
yeah,
don't like this one at all.
But yeah, yeah, check them out. If you're looking for that fix between now and the main season, our testers are awesome and amazing, and they just pump out tons and tons of tests. And as I said, like we really could not do it without them, helping teams figure things out during the off season.
And it's very active because whenever we do tests, I'm one of the testers as well. But like when myself, Dorigard, or whoever else do tests, we are usually in the voice channel. So like if you do want to just pop in a Discord one time and all, you will probably learn a lot more regarding what the teams are trying to go for, learn more about guitars, and just, you know, get to know the community a bit more and all. So, but yeah, I feel like I kind of beat that down a bit much.
It is it is. We can never sing the praises of our testers and other volunteers enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you guys, for those on YouTube who are listening, you haven't joined the active Discord, like there is so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Like Tosh and Kaio are working with social media, testing. We have our testers, we have stats, we have graphics.
We have Capsule Cast as well.
Yeah, Capsule Cast. We have modding. We have,
The tool builders. So like
we have our tools. We have the website. Like there's so many different pieces, and like if this has been something that you guys have enjoyed and you want to see it continue, it takes all. There's so many different moving pieces. We would love to have you come and join and help, or even if you just want to come and be a supporter and learn about how everything works, that's fine. Or just join the Discord and come and chit chat with us. That's great too. But yeah, as I said, we cannot downplay how much this whole thing works and runs because of people volunteering their time to help make this a reality.
Yeah. All right, and with that, should we probably move on to questions, or you guys got any last things to say before we move on?
I got nothing.
Okay. So our first question actually comes from Fiora. So with the inclusion of Jiren in DBZ League, will other characters get added in the future, or will it be on this team desperately needs a new character to make them stronger basis, similar to Sentai?
So there's a couple things that go into that. Number one is yes, we do plan on adding other characters in the future. It will probably be a very staggered addition for the reasons kind of like are brought up, where a team desperately needs a new character to make them stronger, or we need to open up trading paths for certain teams in order to address and to address master list considerations. For right now, we just need to be very careful about adding characters, because as of right now, characters we add have to replace someone who's currently in the game. Like when we added Jiren, Frieza Soldier disappeared. Frieza Soldier in the main league is now gone. Now, I do want to go ahead and say, like, because some of our active supporters are aware, there is the KK Team tool that can actually add characters to the game directly. When I started looking into modding, I tried reaching out, never got a response back. And the community that we're currently working with is just starting going down that same direction, where they're reverse engineering things and trying to figure out how to add to the game without doing replacements. They've got some proof of concepts, but we're not there yet, and we don't know how long it's gonna take. And so, like, while we do plan to add characters in the future, it is gonna be like, when a new character comes, we've also got to look at, well, who can we replace and what impacts is that going to have on the league? And so we're going to try and keep it prioritized for, hey, here's this big need, either like, this team has, they're just weak, they're consistently getting like 312 or 114, or they're just really weak. Or, hey, we're trying to move towards more trades and loans, and this team literally has nobody to trade or loan, to do a trade or loan with, and that, but if we add in this new character, now they have some more options. So
yeah, do we want to add more people? Yeah. Can we?
Yep.
Depends. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. It's nothing that we're against. We just have to
Trust me, you
be
guys should
careful.
hear me in freaking staff chat. I've been trying to get like Kid Broly or like Kid Raditz, someone like that.
Hey, Videl needs a tiara to to go with Royal. So I'm trying to get that one going too. But,
But, all right then. Our next question comes from Havoc, and he says, "Is it possible in the future to allow teams to spend Zenny to change a character's B1 for a season with varying Zenny costs? Example, a max power B1 to be put on Kid Buu for a season um, for a chunk of Zenny." Well, it is a good idea,
Hmm.
and the addition of Zenny, I feel like could possibly work it out. The thing is that for certain characters, it can maybe be busted to an extent. Well, not even, but it just be real strong. And then the thing is, how do you limit that and all? Do you just not allow certain characters certain options? Because I get the whole taking away the healing B1s, which was done in the previous league, but that was what to solve certain issues, correct, Kyle? No. Or,
Yeah,
that was
that. Go ahead, Kyle.
yeah, no, that one was to I'm trying to think how to put this delicately. It was to solve some issues and to stop some complaints. Would be the biggest reasons we got rid of the healing B1s, but I think it actually helped a lot of characters it got taken off of. Yajirobe opened up so many avenues when we just gave him a max power move B1 only.
True.
And Boos were able to get Eternal Life on their team. But we had to do a lot of testing just to get rid of one type of B1. I can't even imagine the amount of testing I would have to go into verifying that B1s on certain characters on certain teams are fine, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I remember doing some of that testing too. After all that was said and done, that was a nightmare. But yeah, like setting aside even like the balance issues that might come into play, like I want to say, like personally, like I would love, like, and maybe we can look into doing this next off season or sometime in the future. Like we do have like an off season event or something where we do just that, where teams can submit a character, they get special B1s or different B1s or something, and just kind of have fun with it. Um, but here's kind of where the hard part comes in. Like, if we want to do this well, to where it looks like it fits with the character, and it doesn't look weird or bad, it takes time to do those mods. Um, like for those who remember the modding stream, you had the Invincible Sleep mod where Grandpa Gohan just was asleep and he had all the benefits of a barrier B1, but he's still asleep. And if we don't want stuff like, if we want to do an off-season event where we don't mind if it looks wonky, like I could do that pretty quick. But if we want it to look good, we want the names to change, we want the animations to look right. It takes a lot of work, and honestly, like unless we can get like a third person who can help with that, it would be very hard to do this and have it ready to go shortly after the bowl, so that teams could have a, because teams are going to want to test this and make sure it's not completely dead. Staff is going to want to test it to make sure it's somewhat balanced. Like, it's going to be hard to do that. But I love, like, as I said, I love the idea. And honestly, I wouldn't mind doing it as like an off-season event or something.
I can already think of some B1s that will already go on the top of my mind.
Oh yeah, like I'd love to see like Kid Buu with Kaioken, and
Kaioken?
or like I'll beat you in 5 seconds, where you get like a +5 to everything. That'd be amazing it'd be terrifying, but like for an off-season event, oh, that'd be amazing.
So I guess I'm gonna try to take a twist on this question more so and pose it to both of you guys. Would you guys be willing to look at the ones that got their healing B1s removed and potentially looking into, you know, finding a replacement that suits them the most? Just out of curiosity, because it's just a question, but because I've heard like talking the door with Kidaboo, it wasn't because I think he has sleep, but like if he had WoW sense, or like I don't know what you would give a Rayleigh because she lost her. I think it was excited or what. I don't know what you would give her, but like
self-destruct.
Kyle, no.
I mean, technically that is possible.
Too much time with Mal.
Technically that is possible.
Yeah.
Having the demon child self-destruct would be hilarious.
There you go.
No.
Oh, I think it's one of those things where it would require testing just to make sure that, because even something as small as an explosive wave or a wild sense could have unforeseen issues that we can't pick up right off the top of our head on paper.
Yeah, like
it's not something I think that's a guarantee. It's not me saying no. It's just something that we have to look.
Yeah.
We can't say one way or the other right now.
Like I'll be honest. Like if everybody said, "Hey, we don't care what it is, we're willing to take whatever staff comes up with," like I'll be honest. I'll just give everybody. I'll just put sleep on. I'll just bring sleep back, but turn it into a barrier, like, you know, and everybody will just have their invincible sleep. They you know, maybe turn it into an explosive wave type thing where you could B2 them out of it and wake them up, but you can't melee them, you can't stun them, can't whatever. And that's easy to do. As I said, like it's just it kind of goes back. It would just look a little janky, and you know, I don't know that would be something we would want to do for everybody.
Or you had to say, Kyle?
No, I was just agreeing that it would look janky but effective if that's what we want, but we don't want to. For the main league stuff, we kind of want it to be a little more polished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
just mainly wanted to throw in a hypothetical there to see how you guys felt about it.
And I mean, it's a question we've gotten before, but it just kind of goes back to the same thing. If we want it to look good, it takes time, and like in terms of the amount of testing it would take to do everybody that was impacted, like that would have to be the only thing we did for an entire off season, just because of time constraints that we have, because that would include not only doing the mod, you know, including the animation, the B1 name and all that, but that would also include all the testing for some strong teams like Boojans, Rugrats, Colder Royals. I can't remember whoever has Medicooler right now.
Royals.
Yeah. Like Royals, and then there's another team I think that would be potentially.
Goten lose sleep?
Yeah, Goten lose sleep. He's on Rugrats.
Yeah. So double Rugrats.
Yajirobe on Resurrected Warriors would be another one.
Yes. I will say, I think his was just a pure buff since his other one was a max power mode.
Yeah. And so, like the testing that would need to be done, and it's just
it would also it would have to get done early enough where we could bring it out for where it could then be tested by the teams to see if they need change builds and that kind of stuff to see how it works. So that's the other part of it too.
That's true.
It's a lot of testing on the front side and then on the back side once it actually goes out to the teams. So it's not something that we would want to do late into the season and then be like, There you go. You have 1 week to see how this works for you guys.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like, and I just want to address that because it has come up several times, and it's not just a simple yes or no question. It's okay, if we do this, this is a ton of work, and there's only so many hours in the day, and we know that people also want other things as well. And so, like, in theory, we could do like a proof of concept for like one character and see how that goes.
But
But
that's exactly what we did with Yajirobe with the
Yeah.
old league, where he was the first one to lose the healing stuff because his was the most extreme, and then we went from that.
Yep.
So
And even then, that brings in its own considerations because it's like Yajirobe was easy because it was Sensu Bean. Whereas here, it'd be kind of harder to figure out, like, okay, well, how do we treat this character and all that? And a lot of it gets very subjective. And a lot of it would come down to people would have to just accept that, you know, they're probably not going to get their team full of max power B1 and finish sign users.
this isn't BT4.
Yes. So, but yeah, I
You got any last things to add?
I have said all I need to say and then some.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Next, well, the next few questions will be from Snuffy. So the first one that she had was: is there any potential in modded maps for the main season in the future? Example, new non-water map. So no team is stuck with one.
Yes. I can't remember if it's been explained to everybody. I'd have to double check public staff chat. But we do intend kind of the same thing. Some of this goes back to it is the same thing with maps as it is for characters. To add in new maps, you have to take away existing maps. And again, see also the same comment of the modding community we're working with is working towards being able to add stuff without replacing. They're not there yet. Hopefully in the future they will be. So, but the short answer is yes, we want to add it. And we have also published some updates to the map rules, at the very least on Discord, that basically say any map with 3 times of day are now considered, like, one of those times a day that is not night should be considered to be going away. Because, so, like, I think a good one is, like, Desert, I think, has, like, morning, evening, and night.
Yep.
Or noon, evening, and night, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, noon or evening are functionally the same from our perspective because it's bundled in with the other desert maps. And, you know, noon and evening, you can't turn giant on it. There's no other special features about it, so you know, it can go away.
Yeah.
And I think we got rid of, I can't remember if it was Rocky Area or Wasteland, one of them, for the Otherworld map. But Otherworld map is currently used only for special events, kind of like Mountain Road or Cell Games.
Okay. I know I definitely one of the BT4 maps I would love to see in there if we get it. But it's a water map, so I don't know how people feel about it.
Well, they'll just have to enjoy a lot more rock studying sessions.
Hey, Gogeta enjoyed it, apparently. Alright, Snuffy's next question is, in general, how are lower forms chosen to be part of the FA list? Obviously, you're dependent on what forms you get from the base roster declaration, but besides that, is the idea to showcase forms that don't really get used, balancing possible builds, types across the FA list, etc. I don't know if we probably looked at possible build types. I'm not sure if we did so. I know it came across my mind, but I know a lot of the times it was more so based off of kit and everything, more
Yeah,
so over like showcase, just showcase the forms and all that.
yeah. So like, some of it was to showcase the forms that don't normally get used. A lot of it was just, historically speaking, has this character been good in this form? And just according to the raw stats, how strong is this character? And then trying to say, okay, taking that information into consideration, is this character a weak character, mid-tier character, or strong character? And looking at the FA pool we have and saying, oh,
How
go
much
ahead.
of that type? How much of that type do we already have in there?
Right.
Cause an unbalance or something like that.
Yeah, because like what we've said before is we don't really want, and we now have other safety measures in place for this as well, but we don't want another situation where a top tier team gets an S tier free agent. Like we want the top tier teams to get the weaker free agents, and we want the weaker teams to get the top tier free agents, so that we can have a little bit more of a balanced league.
Hmm.
Now some and so that's in general what we're trying to go for. Um, we were happy to use second form Frieza last season on the FA list, so
I don't think Cinema was.
they
He
may not
was
have
good.
been.
He was good
Um,
for all of what, like 5 weeks, and apparently, I think Destiny told me that he ended up breaking
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
it
like that.
happens.
So
so
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I don't know. We'll see. I am definitely interested to see how certain loans go, like play about, and also with when it actually comes down to add drop. When you actually do your base roster and everything, I'm excited to kind of see what free agents we'll get and how many, because people are testing a whole bunch of forms. So
Yeah.
we'll
yeah.
see. And Snuffy's last question is, what's the biggest thing you wish you could do with mods that isn't possible slash um, you haven't figured out yet, or you don't have enough time to do?
Kyle, you want to start us off for that one?
Man, I've been thinking. I don't know. I think one cool thing would be like easier costume swaps, because there are a couple characters you could put in the league that are essentially just costume swaps. Or there's tons of different outfits from the shows and that kind of stuff. But for our intents and purposes, it really depends on if there is already a version of that out there. And even then, that's not the easiest thing of implementing.
Yep.
Like I think it'd be fun if you got Videl and Gohan's blonde classmate or launch as a costume for Videl. Like that would be cool.
Oh,
But I don't know if that's
if that's doable.
exactly. Like, I don't think many people are clamoring for launch launch costumes.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, there are probably, like, I think some people have said we should try to use like Pui Pui as a costume for a pool before. So you never know. For me, the main thing I really want to do is more of a quality of life thing for like testers and me and commentators, which is like rearrange the roster to where every team just has a dedicated line on the roster, and so you can just be like, okay, androids is on this line, Budokai is on this line, so on and so forth. And we kind of did that this off season where we reorganized everything and we almost got there, but right now the game just has a hard limit of like 100 slots, and once you start going over that, you start messing with like the Patara. Like when we tried it, it actually got into like, oh, you want to remove this from the build? Well, fine, but now you've relocked that Patara. That was fun. So, yeah. That's mine.
I don't know. I don't know what mods I want. Of course, like costume mods would be great because I just want new costumes for my characters. Um, but I have like one that I know will never make it to the league and everything because it's just why would you put it in there? And now I'll probably know this is another fusion. So
Which one?
Trunton is the it's a freaking Patara fusion of Goten and Trunks that I sent you a link of like for I think for the modding showcase that
Oh
you're
yeah,
trying to do, but they didn't have the link to the actual mod in the description or something like that.
yeah. They had the video to show that they did it. They just didn't have the actual mod or any of the animation available.
Like I would like that only because it's a little bit different and they actually have like a different moveset. Uh, but like heck, even if you can somehow get that as a costume and then somehow figure out how I can get Goten and Trunks, like if I put them both on costume 2 to translate that to Gotenks, because it doesn't do that now, I'll be fine. But yeah, that mod is one that I would love to see in the league, but it will never happen because, it's no reason to bring it in.
Yeah, well, I can at least answer that. Like, if we did add it in, it would just be a matter of updating Goten and Trunks to where, kind of like Goku and Vegeta, where they can fuse into either one. You would just have a random choice between Gotenks and Trunten.
I am fine with that.
So, yeah.
Listen, people don't like fusions. I just say I'm having a good time with it. Give me all the fusions. I don't care.
Well, fine then. I can take away your costume 3 and 4 and make it to where you always have to fuse.
I didn't say all that. Anyways, moving on before Mal feels like he's even more power hungry. Next question is from Fiora. So will Frieza Soldier be given a proper funeral after the TOP? After TOP is over, or will he simply fade into oblivion, basically, or obscurity?
Who?
Wait a minute, I thought we already did that. There was a whole video about it and everything else, and he went, oh, why Lord Frieza?
Well, shortly after that, he got Hakai'd, so he no longer exists.
There was no body.
No evidence.
Reduced to atoms.
Alright.
Yep.
Now the question is, who will be next if we bring in a new character?
Probably gotta kill Goten.
Kyle, I have the power. I will move you. I will kick you out. Next question is from Donzo. And his question is, what are your favorite teams from the TLP so far?
Kaio?
I mean, if we're going off of like theme, I kind of like the Ginyu Force where they got the Goku body. If we're going off of names, I think Makio Starship is my favorite.
Yeah, that name is good. I still... Okay.
Fault in Our Builds is a close second name-wise.
Yeah,
I have a little bit of a bias.
Oh, I can't imagine why. It's not like you're participating or anything.
No, I would never do that. Sorry, go ahead now. What's your favorite?
I am still super happy that Cannon Fodder won their last match. Because they took like the three bottom tier characters that they could. It was like Frieza Soldier, a Pool, and was it Kui?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
and they won with all of their characters doing at least 50k, and I think Kui did like 70k. It was amazing.
And if I remember correctly, everyone gets like 15 points to bid with in the draft, and I think they had 11 points
Yep.
left over.
Yep.
Yep.
They did.
But
What?
But yeah, that is my favorite so far. Although I will say I have not been keeping a super close eye on like all the testing.
Fair enough. Well, outside of my own, of course, Undisputed Elite, it has to be my favorite because I'm part of the team that have it. But outside of that, Cannon Fodder is real fun to watch. You guys just explained the reasons why. Basically, the underdogs. The other ones I think I like the most is, and forgive me, Destiny, because you told me the proper way how to pronounce this, but I don't remember. Edenius or I don't know. Yeah, Super 17, Team Gohan. I forgot the third one.
Spopovich.
Yeah. I just like those three. Well, I more so like Super 17 and Teen Han. But yeah, no, that team is crazy, and seeing Team Gohan just pop off last week. So I'm kind of scared and excited to see how their team can go, especially if they somehow get Super Saiyan 2 Gohan appearing a lot often. I just like Team Han a lot, so one of my favorite characters. But yeah, those are my favorite characters. Or favorite teams. Now, this is a follow-up TLP question, but this is from Destiny. And Destiny's question is, what TLP team do you think will win it all?
Cannon Fodder. They're just gonna go all the way.
Okay. Is that just, based off of facts, or is that just more so your dream?
I kind of just want it to be my dream. I mean, it's Frieza's Soldier last.
It can happen.
It's this last one. Let him go out with a bang.
Yeah, I want Frieza Soldier. I want Cannon Fodder to win it so bad. Like, just because, like, as Kyle said, it's Frieza Soldier's swan song. And I want to point out something. Frieza Soldier had a Super Plus 3 on his build last week, and he had a B2 do only 8k against somebody who did not have a defense bonus. It was just neutral defense. And it was only 8k with a Super Plus 3.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a reminder of why we got rid of him, but it's so funny. And I just want to see him. I want to see Cannon Fodder and Frieza Soldier just do so well, because I love the team theme, and I love this is the literal most underdog team you can have.
Yep. I think we know what Tosh's answer is.
Of course, listen. Being a part of the team, you gotta believe that your team is going to win it all. So
I don't disagree.
you gotta believe it.
You gotta believe. Well, okay. Who do you
think?
think's your biggest rival then?
Edenius, or
Okay.
I'm looking through. Don't mind me. I'm looking through freaking King of the graphics right now, just because I don't remember all the teams.
We've only had 1 week of the league, so it's a
maybe
little hard.
Ginyu Force, only because we tested against them a lot, and us having General Blue, Raccoon just completely devastates them, and then we're basically a 2v3, and the potential that Midku can do, especially when he does what? Give me your energy, or whichever one that increases the spirit bomb.
Yep, give me your energy.
Yeah.
That thing is evil.
So yeah, I don't know completely. I feel like those two will probably be my.
They say only the pure of heart can use that move, but that's a goddamn lie with how sadistic it is.
Yeah, like, and for those who don't know, it is a 50% buff to Spirit Bomb, and that thing stacks. like you use that thing twice, and you're doing like, I think it's like 2.25 times the base damage.
I think he did that once in the old league when Goku was on Derp as a free agent. There was one match, I can't remember for the life of me who it was against, but he spammed the hell out of not just the ult, but the give me your energy. And it was scary.
Yeah, like I think with the base damage is like 15k. With one give me your energy is 21k or 22k, and with two of them it's like 33 or 34, and it was insane.
Listen, if ED can actually get that working in the main league, then I don't want to hear no one complaining to me about Kid Trunks' 20k big tree cannons with ultimate +1, 2/2. Like, no. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but the issue is Kid Trunks melts people in like 30 seconds. That's the big concern.
Okay, it only happened once, sir.
It happened like twice.
Twice? Where was the second time?
I forget, but I remember it happened a second time. I think it was a test, but it still happened. It had to have been a Royals test. It had to have been.
Fine. I'm still proud of my team, my kids. I'm proud of them. They're cool.
Except for Chi-Chi.
We don't speak of her.
We don't talk about Chi-Chi. No.
And moving on. good segue.
Thank you.
The last question is from Havoc again. So with the addition to mods, is there a possibility we could have we can get the BT4 version of 18's ult or 17's ult, where it's just a change, where it just changes the animation after connecting? Which Mal, me and you, we were briefly talking about that because you looked into it.
Yeah, so for context, 18's ult was changed to match the animation that 17 had, or at least a lot more closely. I think some of the camera angles are different. And then 17, if you put him in his Tournament of Power costume, instead of 18 helping him out, it's Golden Frieza. So, it's pretty funny. As for updating move animations in the league,
That'd be cool.
It'd be really cool. I'd love to do it. It would really honestly come back to, we need more. I need another person other than Vive to help me do stuff, because like Vive handles a lot of the stuff that I can't really do.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I brought this up like in the modding stream, but like if we had not had Vive helping us and doing most of the work, we would not have had Jiren, or at least the version of Jiren we had would not have looked nearly as good as this version does. Vive has a lot more experience with the animations and such than I do, and so like for me, it just takes so much more time to do it than it does Vive. That being said, like Vive is also doing modding for like the BT4 modding community and all that, and so like it just comes back to, we would need a third person to help pick up some of that slack, because there's only so many hours in the day. And so yeah.
Now, if we look into, ultimate changes, I have an idea. I have a couple ideas, sir. If you will hear me
I'm
out.
sure you do.
Family coming out instead of bros coming out. Or friends coming out, where it's Goten, Trunks, and Krillin from the Bio Bros movie. I've also heard of father-son Rocket Punch. Jiro and 16. I've heard that before. So.
I'm waiting for mother-son Rocket Punch when we introduce Android 21 into the league. We need to have the Dunker and his mother.
Yep.
We're looking for mods, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm just going to point out, like, for some of the mods that are more intensive, like, it even takes Vive a while to do it just because there's so many moving pieces. So, like, if people really want to see this happen, let me know that you are interested in joining the modding team, and we will get you started and get you set up with, like, Sparking Studio and all that fun stuff.
He will teach you.
And
They will teach you, not us.
that, yeah, like, the modding community is as friendly as can be for, you know, a bunch of people do, as a bunch of super nerds can be. And I say this is, you know, learning as I go. So they're a good community to hang out with and learn from. But yeah, like it just comes back to there's only so many hours in the day. Custom animations are nice, but they're not going to take priority over things like getting a new map or getting a new character or even new Pataras that can change that can update the league meta and keep it fresh. So yeah.
And with that, we have come to the end of the questions. I will say that if you guys do have any questions, any more questions, either post them under this YouTube video right now, and either we'll answer them in the next one, or one of us may go through the comments, possibly, and just answer them right off the bat for you. And me, so yeah.
Yeah, and we do want to apologize. I forgot to add a
Community post
for gathering comments and questions on the community tab here on YouTube. So that's on me. I do apologize. I'll try to do better about that next time.
Alright, and with that, is there anything else that you guys would like to mention before we sign off?
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already.
Follow all of our social medias and tell your friends about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, alright.
Don't-
And go ahead.
Don't forget Discord and our website is in the description.
And with that, we shall talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.
Later.
Ah.